Hi, I'm Bill Search, and this is your regular dose of small group leader encouragement. And today's topic is going to be a good one. I hope you're ready for it. Are you ready? Today, we're talking about how to successfully navigate conflict. Raise your hand if you love conflict. I don't really love conflict. Nobody loves conflict. Only weirdos like conflict. Every now and then I meet people who tell me, oh, I'm good with conflict. And I always think to myself, I don't want you as a friend. No, if you love conflict, there's something wrong with you. I'm kidding, of course, just a little bit. But we shouldn't be afraid of conflict. It's all around us. And the Bible teaches principles on how to navigate it successfully. And so we're going to dive into some of that. How do you successfully navigate conflict in your small group? Well, first place to start in anything in life is prayer. That's always a safe place, but you take it to the Lord. You ask God for His wisdom, His discernment, His insight. Is this your problem or their problem or someone else's problem? Is this a problem that's been brought to light that you need to deal with even though you're not in the mix of it, but you're the leader of the group? Where do you fit in the problem or the conflict? You talk about all this with the good Lord first, not with your neighbor, not with somebody around you. That's gossip. You talk about it with God. Let God help you sort it out in prayer. Then seek input from someone higher up. Some small group ministries have small group leaders and coaches, but a lot of times it's just the pastor and the small group leaders. And so if you have a connection with your pastor, then take it to your pastor and get some wisdom, some counsel from your pastor or from your coach, whoever is that person that's appointed to be the caretaker of you in this whole process. Get them involved in the process. See, it's always safe to go up to God or up to the person who's responsible for you versus talking to our friends. This, my friends, is called gossip. So we don't want that. And then have a face-to-face meeting with the person. Don't send them a text. Don't leave them a voicemail. Don't send them an email. That's bad. Have a face-to-face. See their expressions. Make sure they can see yours. Cold emails just seem so lifeless and can be harsh. Same with text messages. You could leave a message and say, I'd like to get together and talk, but even in that, make sure it sounds conciliatory and not awkward. And then in the face-to-face encounter, ask permission. Say, there's something I'd like to talk to you about. It's this. Be clear, but be kind. But ask permission. And if they say, nope, I will not talk about it with you, well, then you're not going to get very far, even if you engage in conflict resolution. But ask permission. Almost every time they will say, sure. And then when you're expressing what it is you need to express, use what's called the sandwich technique. So tell them what you really appreciate about them. And then there's the meat or the innards of the sandwich. This is the thing you got to talk about. This is the thing you'd rather not deal with, but it's the source of conflict. And then you conclude with affirmation again. That way they know you love them. So much conflict is attacking a person. And so what happens is the person becomes automatically defensive and they start from a place of I'm not liked, I'm not loved, I'm not appreciated. And that leads to another principle, which is attack the issue, not the person. Never attack the person. Attack the issue. You want to resolve the issue. You want to deal with the issue, but you want to keep the person. And so make sure you go after the issue, not the person. And then be direct, but not blunt. Be direct. Explain what it is you want to talk about or why you are talking. But there's a way of doing it that is clear and kind, but isn't harsh and rude. Don't be harsh and rude. Our culture is harsh and rude enough. As followers of Christ, we don't need to be part of that. And then after you've expressed it, then ask for a response. Ask the person that you are sitting down face to face with and go, what do you think? What are you thinking right now? Does any of this make sense? How are you feeling about this? What's going on in your mind over this? But you want them to express themselves. So often conflict kind of falls apart because we just express ourselves and then there's no opportunity for the person to explain themselves. So make sure you get a response. And then a day later, 2 days later, make sure within a week you send a follow-up message or a follow-up phone call that says, thinking about you, praying for you, let's reconnect. That follow-up really matters. So often in conflict, what happens is we say our part and then we part our ways and then we never come back together again. And the chasm grows, and where there was warmth and friendship, it grows dark and cold. Don't let that be your group. Don't let that be a person in your life. Let's make sure that we, in healthy ways, resolve conflict, maintain that relationship. Well, hopefully this has been helpful. And as always, we love to learn together. So make sure you like and share the video and write your comments down below of what you have found particularly helpful at resolving conflict. We love to learn together. Well, as always, I'm Bill Search. I hope this has been encouraging. See you next time.